Hello and welcome back. I'm Erica with Revival Threadworks, and in today's video I'm going to talk about how to alter a quilt pattern. So I've made it pretty clear in all of my former videos that I am not really a quilter, and it is something that I would like to remedy. It's something that I want to work on. I want to learn how to do quilting techniques, and I want to learn how to alter patterns and all kinds of different things. So I'm going to go ahead and start with this quilt. So I have now printed this free rocket quilt pattern. It's from Riley Blake Designs. I will put a link down below so that you can grab the pattern if you'd like. This is the pattern that I'm going to alter. And the pattern is, I think, somewhere around 42 inches by 56 inches, which as far as I know is right about crib size, and I need to make it a twin size quilt. So I'm going to take you through the steps that I'm going to take to make some decisions on how to alter this and how to make this into a twin size quilt. So if you're ready to get started, let's go. Okay, so I have downloaded the rocket quilt from Riley Blake Designs. I will make sure that I put this link down below in the description for you. So if you want this same quilt pattern, I will give you the link so that you can get it for free. So let's just take a look at this pattern. So the pattern shows a bunch of squares, some half square triangles, a little bit of, rectangles down here, and then the rest of this is background. So the measurements that we have, of course I made a document, sorry about that, it's just my thing. The current size of the quilt is 42 inches by 56 inches, and that's about a crib size quilt. What I actually need is for it to be a twin size quilt, which is 70 inches by 9 inches. So that means I need to add 28 inches in width and 34 inches in height. So now let's go back to the quilt and let's just kind of see what would happen if we do some increasing of the size. So let's scroll down here and we can see that they advise you to take a 10-inch stacker, which is gosh, what's that called? Not a jelly roll, a layer cake. So a layer cake by Moda Fabrics, a 10-inch stacker by Riley Blake. It's basically just a pack of 10-inch squares in a certain collection. So it tells you to take those 10-inch squares and cut them into 5-inch squares. So that just means that these are all 5-inch squares. Now, for me, I have a fat quarter bundle, so I'm not worried about 10-inch stackers because I don't even have one. So I'm going to make these into 6-inch squares. Now 6-inch squares is automatically going to add a really nice bit of size to this quilt. So this one looks like it's a little bit smaller, but we're going to consider it a row. So we're going to figure out how many rows we've got here and see how much we're going to add if we increase these each by 1 inch. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So if we add 1 inch to each one of these squares, we're going to be adding approximately 12 inches to this quilt. Now if we do the 6-inch squares to the width, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'll add 5 inches to the width and 12 inches to the height. Okay, so if we do that, then it leaves us with a remaining measurements of 23 inches in width by 22 inches in height. Okay, so I have a couple of different ideas, or actually not really a couple different, but I have one main idea that I want to work on with this quilt. So this quilt is for my grandson for his birthday next month, and his name is Bryson. And I want to put his name in this quilt somewhere, and I think the perfect place for that is going to be right here on the bottom. Now, I'm going to show you what this might look like. So this is a seller on Etsy called 10 Cow Quilts. And many years ago, I purchased the alphabet pack that she had. And this is for FPP. My computer is running just a little bit slow here. So okay, actually it did kind of pick up. Anyway, I bought the pack that has all the different sizes that she has. The biggest size that she had is 6 inches. Okay, so I know that if I do his name in 6-inch letters, it's going to add at least 6 inches to the height. So it'll take me down to, let's see, 16 inches that I have to do. So what I would probably do is put a space down here of about, I don't know, maybe 6 inches or so, put his name, put more space at the bottom, and then whatever else I had to add as far as height, I would just put a little bit of extra background over here. So now we're talking about the sides. So if I make these squares a little bit bigger, I'm still going to be left with about, I think it was 23 inches that I have to figure out and add to the width, which doesn't sound like very much, and frankly it's really not all that much. If we divide it by 2, then we're left with 11.5 inches that we have to add to each side. So I have an idea that I would like to add some FPP stars to the sides of each of these quilts. Now, or not each of these quilts, to each of these sides of the rocket. So I'm going to design a little quick FPP star, and since I'm going to be changing these to 6 inches, I'm probably going to make my star 6 inches. And my thought is if I make 6-inch stars, then I can maybe put one here, one here, one here, and just kind of scatter them throughout. And maybe if I break this space, let's see what that space is. So the side, these are panel D. So panel D is 18.5 inches wide. So this space right here then that we're looking at is 18.5 inches. If we add 11 inches, we're talking about 30 inches. So technically, I could add 3 or 4 different rows, or at least 1 or 2 rows that have stars in them, and then the excess I can use with just the banner size. So there's a couple of different ways that we can go about this, and I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do, but I'm also going to tell you what you can do if you want to. So for me, I am not really a quilter as of yet. It is something that I'm definitely planning on remedying. I would like to make more quilts, but at this point I've only made a handful of quilts, and they've been baby quilts and then a throw size quilt. So I've never even made a twin size quilt, and I am definitely not one that typically does traditional piecing or anything yet either. So this is going to be not necessarily a challenge for me, but it's definitely going to get my mind to, trying to figure out how to be a quilter. So one of the ways that I would like to approach this, so I can either take my Adobe Illustrator or whatever graphic program that you have, and I can recreate this quilt. So I can make all the little squares and the half square triangles and all the different pieces. I can take all these measurements and basically create and redraw this quilt myself in my software. And then I can go about it that way, and I can make all of my adjustments so that I know that when I get to my table, everything's going to be exactly figured out for me. I can do that on my computer, okay? Another thing I can do is I can write that down. I can get a pen and paper and I can write it all out, and I can figure out all of the different things that I want to before I ever get started. Now, I know myself, and I know that that will drive me nuts. So what I want to do, the way that I'm going to actually approach this, is I'm going to start by just adjusting these by 1 inch. So that means that every square that I put in here, instead of 5 inches, it's going to be 6 inches. When I have to do my half square triangles, I'm just going to add 1 inch, so that way they end up being a finished 6 inches. When I get down to this, I'm going to increase it by however many inches I need to, which if we look at it right here, so it looks like this is a separate piece. It's the equivalent of 1, 2, 3. So instead of adding 1 inch to the width, I'm going to add 3 inches to the width because it takes up these 3 spaces. Now, as far as the height, I'll probably just add 1 inch. And the same thing down here. So I'm just going to start redoing this quilt by working on this main section here, okay? And I know that that sounds odd, that I'm not going to figure this all out before I start, but sometimes that's just not how I roll. So I'm going to build this whole section. So again, just this whole rocket section here, this whole thing. I'm going to add his name, and I'm going to add the space that I want to between the bottom of the rocket and his name. And then when I'm done with that, I'm going to figure out where I'm at as far as the width and the height. So now let's go ahead and go over to our fabric and start figuring out how to build this section. And then once we get this section built, we'll talk about how we're going to build the rest. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at what's been done to the quilt already. So this is the best view that I can get where you can actually see what I've done so far. If I were to take the camera from overhead, it would cut it out and you would just see just little small portions. So I'm sorry for this camera angle, but again, this is just the best way that I can come up with for you to actually see what we've done. So what I've done so far is what I talked about on the computer, and that is I've changed each of these blocks to 6 inches. So instead of 5-inch squares, they're 6-inch squares. I then had to change all of these equivalently. And what I mean by equivalently is whatever space this takes up as far as the blocks are concerned, because these 3 blocks are 3 inches wider than they would have been if they were 5-inch blocks. I had to make this one 3 inches wider, and I changed the width by 1 inch, and then I had to change these equivalently as well. So all the different changes that I've made have been equivalent to what we started with. So I guess what I'm trying to say is the ratio that we started with is going to be about the same. It's just we needed to add the width and the height. So that's what I've done so far. Again, is just change these blocks to 6 inches. That means that these half square triangles end up being 6-inch half square triangles when they're all done. And then I added 6 inches of space here between the bottom of the rocket and the name, and then the name is also 6 inches. So when I measure this all out, I now have a final height of 75 inches. Now, because I need 90 inches, that means I'm 15 inches short. So all I'm going to do is take those 15 inches, divide them by 2, put half down here underneath the name, and then the other half up at the top. Now, the reason why I can do that so easily is because the main focus of this pattern is the rocket. So all this other fabric over here is literally just background fabric. So I can make these adjustments that I want to, and whatever I need to add to the height and the width is just background fabric. So that's why this particular pattern is very easy to adjust, because there's so much background fabric. If we were dealing with a more complicated pattern, that would be a whole other story, but I wanted to show you what I would do with this one because I am actually making this one. So now we have to worry about the height. So, or excuse me, not the height, the width. So the final width that we need for a twin size quilt is 70 inches. What we have right now this is just the rocket part. We have not added any of these exterior pieces. And the reason why I haven't is because I'm adding stars. But what we have right here is 28 inches. So to get to the width that we need of 70 inches, we're 42 inches short. So if we take the 42 inches, divide it by both sides, that means we need to add 21 inches to each side. Now, as you can see, I've made a couple of stars. Now these stars are 6 inches. I went ahead and just made them 6 inches because that's the size of these, and I figured that, you know, a proportionate quilt would be the best way to go. So I've made 2, and I've decided that I'm going to go ahead and make a total of 8. So I want 4 stars on each side, and they're just going to kind of be scattered amongst here. I'm going to end up doing 2 6-inch rows. So wherever there's no star, there's just going to be background fabric. So I'm going to go ahead and finish making all of my stars, kind of lay them out how I want them. And then I'm going to calculate the length of the background fabric that I need to have. I'll show you what I'm going to do with that next. But then that's still going to leave us just a little bit short. But I'm going to go ahead and add my rows of stars next. Then once I do that, we'll come back, measure the full quilt, and then see how much of the width background fabric we need to add. So again, this pattern is going to be pretty easy to alter just because there's so much background space. I'm adding the name, I'm adding the stars, but we're still going to have just background space that we need to add when it's all said and done. So let's go ahead and make the stars, and then we'll come back and talk about how we're going to add those rows. Okay, so please excuse the view because unfortunately I don't really have a way to get all of this on camera other than to put it on my little design wall and then sit on my cutting table. So here we are. Anyway, so this is what I have so far. So I have actually gone ahead and made 10 stars. So there's 5 stars on each side, as you can see. And I kind of placed them a little bit differently from side to side, just so that they add a little bit more interest. And I think that they are going to look absolutely great. So the next thing that I have to do is to put background fabric in between all of these stars so that I can get the sides of the quilt at least even with the second row of stars. So what I'm going to do is each of these stars is 6 inches, so 6 inches by 6 inches. So what I'm going to have to do is get background fabric to go into each one of these so that I can basically, I'm just going to make a strip that's 6 inches long, or excuse me, 6 inches wide that goes all the way down to the bottom of the quilt so far. So I think we're at what, about 75 inches. So it'll be, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4 strips of 6 inches by 75 inches. So that's what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go in there and get some of my background fabric, cut it in 6-inch widths to fit in between each of these sections. And then when I'm done with that, we'll come back, take a look and take some measurements and see where we are. So like I said, this is so far 75 inches tall, which I think is actually pretty darn good. And I think it's just coming out absolutely adorable. I'm absolutely tickled. I love the stars, and I also kind of turned them different directions in there, and I, mixed them all up so that it looks like they belong there rather than just kind of thrown in there. But anyhow, so this is my next modification. So I will go in and put all the background strips in there, and then we'll come back and check it out. Okay, y'all, so I wanted to give a little progress shot here just so you can see how it's coming along. And frankly, I think it's coming along absolutely beautifully. This is coming out so good. I'm so excited. So now I just need to, fill in these little strip sets. What I did is I figured out the distance between the stars here, so they're all 17 inches. That's the size of the piece I needed to put in. So I went in and just did all of the 17-inch pieces by 6-inch, and now I'm just going to go back in and do all the little filler pieces, and then when we come back, I will talk to you about what we're going to do to finish up the width and finish up the height. Okay, surprise. So we are not going to be finishing the quilt together today. And the reason being is because I got to where I got all of my rows of stars added, and I went to figure out how much I needed to add to each side and at the top and the bottom, and realized that I only had a half a yard of background fabric left. So I had to order more fabric. It has already shipped. So we should be able to finish this quilt together by next Tuesday. So I will also try to go ahead and type out all of the changes that I've made to the pattern, so that if you want to make the same changes yourself, I will have it written out for you so that you can do the same thing. Now, I am not going to actually write and produce a pattern because it was not my pattern to start with. So I will just, again, write up a description of everything that I've changed in the pattern, so that if you would like to go ahead and make the same changes for yourself, you can do that. But it's not my pattern, so I can't really, re-release a pattern that wasn't mine to begin with. Another thing that I'm going to do is when I am done quilting this, hopefully that following Friday, which I don't know if I'm going to be able to manage it in that time frame, but I'm going to go ahead and quilt the whole thing using my QMX. Now, in my QMX videos, I've had several people ask me to show how I would go about preparing a quilt to be quilted on the QMX, how I would line it up, how I would do it. So the rocket quilt is going to be the one that I'm going to show you exactly what I'm going to do, because it's my actual first quilt that I'll be able to quilt on the QMX. So this is going to be a several part series. I think it's going to be at least 3-part series, if not 4, depending on, where we end up with the QMX quilting. Anyhow, as I mentioned before, I'm really not a quilter, so I am just kind of winging this, and I'm having a good time, and I think it's coming out really, really, really good. So I'm very, very encouraged, and I hope that it encourages you to make some changes to your own quilts. I think that this quilting is fun, and making the changes is even more fun. So hopefully you go out there and you get creative. Anyhow, if you liked this video, please like, share, subscribe, comment, leave me a little note about what you think about it, what you want to do to your next quilt. Anything like that would be absolutely fantastic, and I try to answer as much as I can. Anyhow, thank you guys so much for joining me, and I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you on Friday. Thanks. Bye-bye.